West Ham, are they prime candidates for relegation? The last time they were relegated, which is within our memories, which was probably about 15 years ago or so. I remember the commentators saying at the beginning of the season, halfway through the season, and nearly at the end of the season, West Ham are too good to get relegated. Nobody's saying that now. Nobody's saying that now. Are they prime candidates, would you say, Miguel?
Well, I think both they and Wolves are teams that have played in the Premier League last season who can join the three sides that came up. We know that over the last few years it's been tough for promoted sides to stay up, and eventually people will be looking at them to see, especially Sunderland, Burnley, to see if they have the ability, they have the depth squads to hold on to the Premier League. But then you had that third spot, that perilous third spot, and I think West Ham in the situation they are in today, with all the doubts regarding Paquetá, with all the movements they have been done in the market, they are joining with the Wolves, perhaps as prime candidates of going down. And eventually, this is a long season. We still have 36 matches ahead. We don't know if they'll eventually replace manager. We don't know if they will bring at the last hour the key players they need to provide better football and to increase the quality of the squad. But right now, I would say they and Wolves are prime candidates to join in those three in fighting for a place in the Premier League.
I think Wolves has got the better manager, Joe. If I was to bet on one of the other two, and which is a bit of a shame to say that because, of course, Graham Potter looked amazing when he was at Brighton. He looked absolutely amazing. We thought, wow, next England manager is all sewn up. And then he made that move to Chelsea, which is probably an unwise move at that time. Went a bit too early to a major club. And ever since then, he hasn't found his mojo, really, has he, Graham Potter?
Regarding Potter, I think if this job does go the way it looks like it might be going, um, increasingly worse, and he loses the role, I think it's sad for him because he was seen as a real sort of young local manager with lots of potential. Maybe the Chelsea job did come a little bit too early, but he was amazing at Brighton, played amazing football, gave a lot of football to youngsters. One of those examples, though, is Evan Ferguson, who came through under Potter at Brighton, looked incredible at 18. I think Rooney, Francis Jefferson, one more, Michael Owen, I think, are the only three players to score more goals before their 19th birthday in the Premier League. And then Ferguson goes to West Ham and he gets 8 substitute appearances under Potter. Fans clearly aren't happy at West Ham with the team, with the board, the management of the club, and Potter himself. And when you consider they won a European title a few years ago, it's really a sad story how downhill they're going. I can only imagine what that Olympic Stadium would look like half full in the second division. So yeah, it's a tricky one. To go back to the promoted sides, they obviously all won their first game at home, but they all played lower half teams in their first home game. I think if they are going to get 3 points, that's probably the most likely 3 points they're going to get all season, with big atmospheres on the home openers. We know the last 2 years in a row, the three that have come up have went back down again. So I think Potter's West Ham and Wolves are on a slippery slope, but the bottom three still have a lot to prove, or the newly promoted side, sorry.